I'm attorney Ben Long with RSH Legal. If you're a pedestrian that has been hit by a car, you may be in pain or disoriented. It's not uncommon to suffer head injuries or other severe wounds from being struck by a vehicle. Here are 5 steps to take if you've been injured after being hit by a car. Number 1, move to a safe place. When a person suffers a severe injury, especially when a potential back or neck injury has occurred, it is best not to move the person. However, it's likely you were struck by a vehicle while you were crossing or walking along the street, and it is not safe to stay where you are. If you are not able to safely stay where you are, and you are physically able, move to the sidewalk or out of the road. You don't want to be struck again by passing traffic. The key is to do what you can to safely avoid further injury. Number 2, get medical attention, even if you don't feel hurt. Being struck by a car is not something you should brush off. Even if you think you weren't seriously hurt, it's a good idea to see a doctor as soon as possible after the accident. Your adrenaline was probably pumping after you were hit, and you may not feel pain at the moment. However, that might not be the case days or weeks later. Call 911 and request an ambulance. At the very least, have someone else take you or take yourself to the emergency room. Get checked out, even if you don't think you were seriously injured. Well-documented medical records are very important to getting a fair settlement down the road. Number 3, take photos after the accident. Photos of the crash site and of any injuries can help explain exactly how the crash happened. Convincing either an insurance company or a jury to provide compensation for your injuries is much easier to do when you have photographs. If you're not too badly injured, make sure to take pictures of any damage done to the driver's vehicle, the direction you were walking, and the direction of the driver's approach, any debris left by the accident, any injuries you have that are visible, like bruises, cuts, or scrapes. Number 4, treat your injuries until you're healed. It's likely you were injured after being hit by a car. Not only should you see a doctor right after the accident, but you need to keep treating your injuries until you're healed. Once you are healed, or as healed as a doctor says you will get, you can begin to negotiate a fair settlement for your personal injury case. If you try to settle your claim before you are done treating your injuries, then any medical bills that come after you settle will not be paid by the driver's insurance company. Instead, the money will have to come out of your own pocket. Number 5, talk to an Iowa personal injury lawyer. Negotiating a fair settlement is one reason why it's a good idea to speak with an Iowa personal injury attorney. They can analyze your bills and records and ask for a fair settlement for your injuries. Additionally, if your insurance company paid your medical bills while you were waiting for your case to settle, they will need to be paid back out of your settlement amount. This is known as subrogation. A knowledgeable Iowa personal injury lawyer can often negotiate a lower payment amount with your insurance company. This means more money in your pocket after settlement. If you have suffered injuries after being hit by a car, call RSH Legal at 1-800-433-0283 and speak with one of our experienced personal injury attorneys today.